Hey students, I'm going to show you how to use the Google extension Fluency Tutor. It's really great because your teachers want to be able to listen to you read and see how you're doing. But of course, we can't be right next to you at home. So this will give us a chance to see how you're doing with your reading. And you'll also get a chance to listen to yourself, which is good practice. So many of your teachers will probably assign the work through Google Classroom, but no matter how they send it to you, you can see my assignment here. There's two things to read, and we're going to look at that in just a moment. But the very first time you click on an assignment, if you've never used this Google extension before, it's going to pop up with some different choices. Um, and so I'm going to show you some pictures of those. First, it's going to ask you to choose an account, and this is my daughter's account. Your name will be there. If you have multiple people in your family that use your computer, your Chromebook, then you may have more than one name listed there. So it's important you click on yourself. And then it's going to also say that the Fluency Tutor extension wants access to all of these things, and this is okay. This is an extension that is approved by your teachers in our schools. So when you see this, just know that that's all right. You'll scroll down and you'll hit this button that says allow. And then there's one other really important thing. Once you click on your assignment, especially the very first time, it's probably going to ask you if it's okay to use your microphone. And you need to hit allow on this so that you can, of course, record yourself. If you hit block, then we'll have to fix that. And that takes a few extra steps. So it's better to just hit allow the first time. Okay, so if my teacher says I need to read this story, A Bulb That Lasts, I'm going to click on that assignment in Google Classroom. And when it opens up, oh, here it's giving me choices of who I want to be. I'm going to be Kayla because that's my daughter and she has an account. And you will be yourself, of course. Okay, so when the article comes up, then you have all of these things on the right-hand side. Um, you're going to hit record when you're ready to record, and your teacher will give you directions. They might want you to listen to the story first, or they might want you to do a recording and then listen to the story. You even have the option to record more than once. So I'm going to just show you how to do your recording the first time, and then we'll go back and we'll look at some of these features. So when you're ready, you're going to hit record, and remember, we always start with the title because that tells us what the story is going to be about. It gets our brains ready to read. So we always read that, and we always look at the pictures. All right, so I'm going to read this story just like as if you were reading it, and then I'll show you how to stop it and turn it in. So when I'm ready, I hit record. And then I have to hit start recording. It happens to everyone. You flip a switch. The light does not turn on. The bulb is burned out. It is time to change the bulb. This happens in houses all over the world. Today, light bulbs only last a few months. Sometimes they only last weeks. Then we have to put a new bulb in again. Why can't bulbs last longer? There is one light bulb that has lasted a long time. It has been on for over 100 years. The light bulb is in a fire station. It is in Livermore, California. It was made by the Shelby Electric Company. It was first used on a fire hose cart in 1901. Then it went to a fire station. It stayed there for more than 70 years. Then it moved to a different fire station. It is still there today. The bulb is always on. Once it was turned off for a week. This was to fix the first fire station. It was also off for 22 minutes. This was to move the bulb to a new station. Now the bulb is never turned off. It has a special battery. It will stay on if the electricity goes out. The bulb has won many awards. The light bulb set the world record. It is the bulb that has been on the longest in the world. Today, the bulb has many fans. It has a web page. People can watch the bulb on a live camera. It has many visitors each year. Okay, so I'm done reading the story. So I'm going to hit this button, stop recording. And then it's a good idea to play it back. You can hit this button here, playback recording, and listen to yourself. But that's what I would do, and I would kind of check and see, how I did, and do I need to try it again, depending on what my teacher wants me to do. But I could try it again either way. And then when I'm ready to turn it into my teacher, I hit I am finished. And then it will usually take you to your student dashboard like this. I've done some other practice recordings, so those are on here, and I can see what I've read, how many passages I've read, how many minutes I've spent reading. Your teachers may also ask you to go to a particular site and record yourself. So, like maybe you read things on Scholastic News. And you can, if you have downloaded the Google extension in the Google Chrome store, the Fluency Tutor app, or I said app, but extension, then you would click on that and it would allow you to record yourself, do the exact same thing, record yourself reading that particular story. Probably for right now, you can just worry about what your teacher has assigned to you and go from there. So let's talk a little bit about the buttons on the right-hand side. So as you're reading things, your teacher might say to look at words that you don't know, look them up in the dictionary. You can click on a word and click this, or highlight a word and click this dictionary button. And you can also have it read to you. So notice that it's highlighting these sentences as I hover over them. So if I click on this one.
Noun. A measure of how hot or cold something is. What temperature is it outside? Noun. A measure.
And I can stop it and hit back to reading. I also can use the picture dictionary if I'm not sure what something is. So I'm going to try this word habitat. And there's not a picture for everything, but there are pictures for many things. So you can see some examples of habitats. And your teacher may have set some settings to translate words. I think the default is into Spanish. And so you can see.
Hábitat. Ámbito natural. Habitación.
Okay, and then you may also be asked to have the text read to you. And so if you just look at the beginning, and you can adjust the speed here. That's what these buttons are for, just like maybe on a remote control for your TV. This one means play, pause, stop, rewind, and fast forward. You can change the voice. Sometimes we know that students prefer certain voices, and so the US voices, those people will sound most like people who typically live in the United States. And you can choose to have Tom, who is a boy voice, or Ava or Samantha. I'm going to leave mine on Ava. And then you can click play.
Imagine hanging out on a frozen ocean where temperatures can drop to 40 degrees.
Okay, and so that can kind of help you if you read through the story and follow along. It'll highlight the whole entire thing and highlight what word it's on. And again, you can adjust the speed if you need to. Okay, so hopefully that will help you out and get some good practice reading and turn in those assignments to your teachers.